time I saw you 2-3 years at Itabi there, after you were coming from the holy mountain of Tabora, we talked about the role of religion leader in Nigeria. We talk about churches that have so much but do nothing for the poor in the church.
Yes.
We talk about churches that establish big school, and the next thing is not the children of the allergies can be there, the children of the businessmen.
Their members cannot
even come closer.
Afford.
Yes,
it's too expensive.
afford. Yes, because we're talking about church whereby the bishop has like 4-5 jets, and the business is into. Because you talk about the tithe now, and in the Bible you say this tithe is going to give to the Levite, because the Levite won't need They don't have. So sir, you think the religious leaders have messed up? Because today now a lot of people open their mouth and people are just saying. So what do you see to that, sir? As a bona fide reformist, one of the real leader in Christendom that is highly respected in Europe, that's you. So what do you see to it?
To answer your question, religion, both Islam and Christianity in this country have messed up. Many religious leaders are more or less after money. Call it spade a spade. They are God. They are, like the Bible says, but it has been predicted.
Okay, sir.
It has been prophesied in the
Bible.
scriptures, in the Bible, that their stomach will be their God. And they will say to the people what their itching ears want to hear. So they are just, they know what the people want to hear, and they tell them what they want to hear. Even sometimes they will package it as if it's a message from God. No, God is not talking to them, because God knows them. They can deceive human beings, they cannot deceive God.
That's true.
Because God is with their heart. God is not a man that he will lie. So these people are just serving their own stomach, shouting Jesus, all these things. But one thing I told them at a conversation in the University of Berlin during a conference last year is that though their own intention is evil as far as their stomach is concerned, but unknowingly they are winning souls for Christ.
How, sir?
Because apart from their message of prosperity, some of them also still teach salvation. But they package it in a way so that people can just accept Christ, and then anything the prophet tells you or the pastor tells you, do it, and they know that the money is coming to their pocket, which is their real intention. But at the same time, some people are really believing in the message of Christ.
Okay.
So souls are being won unintentionally. It was not their intention. Their intention is about money.
About the business side.
Business side, many of them. That's why some people call them. Many pastors today are businessmen.
No, they call them pastorpreneurs, sir.
Praise the Lord. That's good. I like that. I like that vocabulary. So, what we need to do?
Okay, sir.
We really need to speak truth to power. Many of them cannot today because they have been compromised.
Highly compromised, sir.
Highly. They cannot speak truth to
sir,
power.
some of them are in the political parties.
Sure.
So when you see PDP comes, you see the vibration. Some of them visit governors to greet them, to collect all sorts of money and patronages. Some of them even go. There was one that went to Akwa Ibom to launch a church, an ecumenical center, that a 10 billion word naira church, and people were against it on the internet, on the social media, that why should the government be using money from government to build an ecumenical center, a church thing? And this man still went there and started cutting tapes to bless the 10 billion whatever. So
at the end of the day, even the ecumenical center is just a package. It's packaging. It belongs to all Christians, but on paper you have to, somebody must sign. Name of somebody will be there. So after 10-15 years, he will claim it as it is a gift from the government to him or to his church, but to be used ecumenically.
To his ministry.
So, it's just deceiving people, pastors deceiving governors deceiving pastors.
One during presidential era used his private jet. They used it to pass money to South Africa, and the government of South Africa caught that jet with millions of dollars in it. And today, I'm sure that someone like you, sir, with total honor, sir, you are still sitting with that kind of a person. How do you feel when you see him one-on-one?
Okay, thank you. A point of correction. Actually, I'm not sitting with him.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
We used to sit.
Okay, sir.
We used to sit even before that incident.
Okay, sir.
We used to sit together because we both belong to the leadership of Christianity in this country.
Yes, sir.
But after that incident, we didn't have the opportunity to sit together anymore. Okay, that's aside.
Yes, sir.
But what really matters is that we have to re-examine ourselves. All these Christian leaders or religious leaders of any religion, we need to re-examine ourselves, evaluate what we have been doing. You cannot deceive yourself.
Of course, sir.
Recognize all the wrongs you have been doing and really go to God. Because you cannot pray for God to forgive Nigeria when you yourself you are living in sin. You must first, in those days, when the priest wants to do prayer of cleansing, prayer
yes,
what do you call it, forgiveness for the congregation.
Yes.
He will first go in, ask for forgiveness for himself. It's when he has been forgiven that he can now pray for the masses, for the congregation. So all ministers of God in this country must really look back. All those who have been collecting money here and there, doing the will of their bidders and not the will of God and not the will of the people. Go seriously and ask God for forgiveness. And after that, you can do it individually, you can also do it collectively. All of us to go on our knees, ask God to forgive this nation.
But who do you think is nearer in character among these pastors, men of God, who is even truthful to some extent, who is genuine, who can say, okay, let's look at it? Because today now, over the internet, go and check, sir. Total honor. I know you are so busy, sir, but there's resentment to a lot of them. Who do you think is even near to a kind of, I'm not saying a moralist?
Yes. From those that I know, I'm not giving you exclusive list.
Okay, sir.
There may be some people who are pastors with high integrity that I may not know.
Okay, sir.
But from those that I know that have integrity, most of them are retired. Only one is still in service. I know.
Most of them are retired. Only
yes.
one.
I can mention their names.
We will be very honored, sir, because for
Olubiyi, I know him very well, and I revere him. I respect him because of his audacity to speak truth to power. Mbang, Sunday Mbang, Peter, Jasper, Okikiola, and my brother to some extent, Sunday Olamakinde. All these people I've mentioned to you now are retired. The only one that is serving that I respect is Tunde Bakari.
Daddy, God bless you, sir. That's fantastic.
Praise the Lord.
That's fantastic, sir. Daddy, you know, I'm so very honored because all of us have the same opinion about some of these things going on. I mean, ecumenically, what do you think should be done, really, to cleanse? Because is it some few months ago, maybe last year, somebody came and said, oh, we should create an agency that will look into NGOs and tell them to step down. That is the Reporting Council of Nigeria, Pastor Jim Obazi. And the president fired him within 24 hours when one of the Jews said, oh, it's a threat to Christians.
But so the deed has been done before he was fired.
Yes.
Olubiyi has already stepped down, has appointed the pastor for Nigeria.
But it doesn't look like it now. It's still looming large. It's not the pastor. We don't even know. We don't see Obayomi. We don't see them
because Olubiyi is big, within the redeemed.
Yes, sir.
Is bigger than the biggest. So first he retained the leadership of the church worldwide. He only gave the Nigerian something. And the Nigerian something, if your leader, your worldwide leader is still in this country, you cannot do anything without his approval. So that's why the guy cannot really, people don't really reckon with him. Maybe they will start to reckon with him after the demise of Olubiyi. But before that, there's no chance.
Can you talk much about Pastor Bakari? What thing do you see in him that makes him so very unique?
No.
I mean, among the Pentecostal, I'm wondering about your African State Church.
Yeah. It's blunt. He has integrity. And you can hardly find, I'm telling you, I know his challenges.
Okay, sir.
Even within the Pentecostal. When his mother died now, some of them came some of the people that came accused him. I documented it. I documented it. It's in one of my books.
Okay, sir.
One large book like this that are about 900 pages.
Okay, sir.
Which was published last year.
Okay, sir. What's the name of the book, sir? Okay, is it out? Is it published?
It's here. Let me show you.
I would like to have it.
And we have it in the bookshop anyway.
Yes, we want it to be seen. Very important. Oh, that is Christianity Inside Story from an African Perspective by Dr. Rufus Okikiola, Olubiyi, Ositelu, PhD. What are the challenges? You know?
Just like we, the Church of the Lord, we also, God used me in 2004 to bring all white garments churches together. And for one singular purpose, to make them to do the right thing. Stop rituals and all the rest of them. And because God told me clearly, even some of our members said, what do you want to do with all these people? You know, he said, if one of them does anything wrong, it comes into the media, in the newspaper, television,
yes,
it will rub off also on us.
Of course.
God says we should use that United Aladura churches, it's an association of white garment churches, to train, reorientate, and bring the people in line with the wishes of God. And that's what we are doing. In the Pentecostal movement, Bakare tried to do the same thing.
Ooh.
They all criticized him. They did not criticize him alone. I will tell you one truth today. They persecuted him.
Persecuted him.
They told him that his program will not be shown on television in Nigeria. And they used their power and connection. They almost succeeded. I'm talking of what happens about 10 years ago. They could not succeed in only OGTV. Just go back, just 7-8 years ago, Tunde Bakare was only on OGTV.
OGTV.
He was on other televisions before that crisis. Something happened that made it to happen. So, why they couldn't succeed in OGTV was Tunde Bakare was a friend to the governor. So they could not succeed, but they stopped all his programs, LTV, AIT, channels, all of them in Lagos. They stopped his program. They threatened him and stopped it. I documented it. It's in this book. What was the reason?
The reason, sir?
Some Christian leaders came for a convention in Tunde Bakare's church.
Yes, sir.
And the way Pentecostals work together, which is good,
yes, sir.
In the first case, one of them, I will not mention that one, his name, it's also one of the big churches in Nigeria. The pastor asked today, can my boys bring some books for exhibition during the convention in your church? Tunde said, yes, we are brothers keepers. They brought the book. So some of these white Americans who came from America for the convention bought some of these books. But they didn't have time to read it while they were in Nigeria. So when they went back to America, they read it and they read certain things. They said, no, wait a moment. This cannot be true. In a Pentecostal church, what was it there? It was written that God is in the bottle of oil. So if you buy that bottle of oil, rub it, you are rubbing God on your body. So these Americans said, no, this cannot be true. So they called today on phone. How can we buy such books in your environment?
You of all people.
Today said, no, it must be maybe printer's error. I said, can you please fax that page to me? They faxed it to him. He still believes it's printer's error. You know what Tunde did? Tunde now sent his boys to go and buy 10 copies of that book from that church. They bought it, they brought it. He saw that in all the pages it's the same. It was not an error.
It was deliberate.
It was deliberate. Today called the pastor. It's one of the richest churches in Nigeria. He called the pastor and said, so what happened? He said, yes, that's what God told me. Today said, no, it's not possible. This is fallacy. So it became a fight.
I can understand.
Yes.
I can understand.
It became a fight. Then The fight went on, you know, to the Bakari for who he is. Before he was stopped on all the programs, he was still on all the programs then. Then went on. Some people saw it. He took the book on live television in this Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
He taught the book. He said, this is fallacy. This is not the word of God. So after they saw it, many people saw it, they told the pastor, the Pentecostal, I don't want to mention all their leaders, they agreed that they must punish Tunde Bakari. That's when they said,
when Jesus said 70 times 7 times, you forgive your
fellow.
Your fellow.
So even there's no cause for forgiveness here because Tunde was right. They were wrong, but they were using their money and their position and their connectivity to persecute him. And that's how all television stations in Lagos stopped showing his program. His program was shown for a few years only in OGTV because of his connection to the
because of his insistence
and the connection to the governor has more loyalty to the Bakari than those people who are shouting. So, but now he's back again on all these televisions after some years. The truth will eventually win.
Nobody can.
The lie can win for a short time, but truth will win forever. That's what has happened, and it's documented here
in this book.
In this book,
I think a lot of people should have the copy of this book, really,
yes.
Because this is something that has to do with truth, with facts, and with something that is going to enlighten
all
the
stories about all churches in Nigeria,
Nigeria,
from their international headquarters to their Nigerian headquarters. That is my background.
Okay, sir.
That's number one.
Okay, sir.
Number two, my interest was so much developed because most of the books that were written about African instituted churches were written by Europeans.
Oh.
Yes.
So the history was not ours. It was from their own perspective.
Yes. So the first person that even did such a research, I thank God I was a young man, but I know him, who came to Nigeria in 1963. He spent 6 months in our house, understudying all white garment churches in Nigeria. So he wrote a book. He wrote 2 volumes. Each one of them was as big as this. One on the Church of the Lord,
Aladura,
and the second one on all white garment churches, all African instituted churches, Kerubu, Christ Apostolic, Sele, and all the rest of them. So it was a Professor Emeritus, Professor Turner.
Professor Turner.
He's an Australian, but he was a professor in UK.
Okay, sir.
Teaching, theology. So he's the first person. So anybody writes anything on African instituted churches today without making reference to Turner, you have almost failed. No professor will give you a pass mark. So he was the first person to write any book at all before other Europeans started writing. But we need to write such things from African perspective.
Okay.
An African. Now, by the grace of God, we already have about 3 or 4 Africans writing books. But the difference again is there. My son in the Lord and my friend, Professor Ayeboyi, Deji Ayeboyi, at the University of Ibadan, he has also written a book on African instituted churches, but he's a Baptist. So I'm the first, at least in this country, I'm the first Nigerian that has written extensively on African instituted churches, who is also from the African instituted churches.
What advice do you have for those kind of men of God now? When you see, somebody will tell you that he wrote for church, he wrote for Jew. But you look at his character, his lifestyle, and it does not correlate
at all
with what church or gospel is all about. A man that likes to put on a heavy chain, like to drive an exorbitant car, womanize.
Ask girls to wear skimpish skirts to church.
Yes, skimpish, yes, and all sort of things. One of them even bought a car for an actress. All sort of dirty things. One of them had something with a lady in Canada that came and destroyed him in Nigeria. So, sir, what is the way forward, sir?
The way forward
for churches, for
churches.
For how can we stop it? If you are to be the leader of a regulation body, how do you, every day you see new churches coming up, before you know, within 1 year, how do we regulate this? How do we stop it? This is not in consonant with spiritual ethics, with ecumenical ethics.
There are a lot of things we can do, a combination of things we can do.
Okay, sir.
But before I go into that details,
okay, sir,
I want to advise them first. Because God revealed to me last year,
okay, good, sir,
that if they don't stop many of them will be exposed and their end will be disastrous. So I want to say that out right now.
I want you, sir.
Those of you who are engaging in diabolical methods to grow your church, deceiving people because of your stomach's sake, the Lord is warning you to go and repent and make amends. If not, you'll be exposed and your end will be disastrous. So, brethren in the Lord, please, it's high time you come back to God and do the will of God according to what God has said. Our work is to spread the gospel around the world, baptizing them in the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Don't add anything to it and don't take anything away from it. Gospel pure is what is expected of us. So I'm advising you. Having said that,
yes, sir.
All the Christian bodies, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and the component bodies, the PFN, the CCN, the Catholic Society,
yes, sir.
the Equatecan, and the OAIC, all of them, the leadership should be called together. And then we must now invite. It's not a question who is president and all these things. No. They have all failed us.
Of course.
Let us call on this past leadership who have integrity. And if possible, we can still call on one who is still alive today, Tunde Bakare, to join the past. Let them come and give us lectures. You'll be surprised. About 2 years ago, we had a conference in Germany called Global Christian Theological Educators. I was invited.
Okay, sir. Wonderful.
When they started, I did not know. They invited me and elected me into their executive.
Why and how?
Even that surprised me, but that does not surprise me too much.
Okay, sir.
Because I know people know me all over the world.
Yeah, your reputation travels
but
fast.
What really surprised me,
okay, sir,
is when we, the executives, were having our meeting about our conference, which we had 2 years ago in Germany. Another conference is coming up in Greece next year. And we took about 6 topics, and one of them is credible leadership.
Credible leadership.
And they said, all of them unanimously said, Primate Ositelu is going to give us lecture on credible leadership. Because he's so, what is the adjective they use?
Is he passionate?
He's so passionate about credible leadership. No, I was tempted. I said, how did you know? You don't worry, we know you. How do you know me? You are an American, white American. You are a white German. You are a white British. People let him on me. He said, we know your reputation. I just gave God the glory.
Jesus Christ.
And I gave the lecture last year, and they love it. It has been published. Then, now coming back to your question.
Surprised.
All these people I mentioned, I've never discussed with them that, if they ask me to name some people, I will name you. They don't have any influence in whatever I've said today.
Yeah.
It's because of also my observation. The way people observe me, I have also observed them.
Yes, of course.
Though it's not that I've had conversation with them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
to
sir.
some extent, some of them are my friends. But not friends of when I see you and all this thing, I laugh with you at your back. I say
the deep call onto the deep.
No, they are so they are so committed. They are committed people. They don't have any fear. They tell it the way it is. So, the same way, what we don't know, many things we are doing, some people are recording it. Even beyond the Nigerian borders, all over the world. So, let us do good. And God has warned us. He said, I have created you in my own image.
Yep.
Meaning, I have created you like myself. You have a free will. Deuteronomy chapter 31. You have a free will. I lay before you good and bad. I lay before you life and death. But I counsel you, choose life, choose good. God will not force us to choose to do what is good, because we have a free will. But he advises us to choose good and choose life. The life he's talking about is not life in this world. It's life eternal.
Yeah, after.
Yes, life eternal. So we all know what is good. God has not created anybody who does not know good from bad. We know what is good, we know what is bad. I'm appealing to all Nigerians, and particularly the leaders, lead by example. Lead by example and do what is good. Let all of us turn back to God. All what we are suffering in Nigeria today is as a result of our yesterday. Whatever you sow, you are going to reap. The way you make your bed is the way you rely on it. What we are doing today will become the result of our reward tomorrow. So what we have done yesterday is what we are experiencing today. We are experiencing the result, the reward today. So please, all Nigerians, go for your PVC and elect people with integrity, people with experience, people with intelligence, people that will not give you pencil, umbrella, 5 kilo rice or whatever, Indomie curry and all these things to mortgage your life and the life of your children. Better vote for somebody who did not give you anything, but who is promising a better life for you and your children. Who will give us? It is not rocket science. All of them said it before even they came to power. In the last 60 years, you cannot get stable electricity in this country. It's something they can do in any free European country within 2 years.
So you just told them to own a big gen now. To conduct things that there was a gen you were using before. We have to own a bigger gen.
Yes.
Meaning that the thing is even affecting
every sphere of life.
Your primacy here.
Oh, sure. Even worse, is affecting all small businesses.
Yes.
Small scale
barbing
businesses.
salon.
Yes. If they have
cobblers.
If they have stable electricity today, the economy of Nigeria will grow faster.
More than